In a landscape where many of the world's top business schools are grappling with a challenging job market, the Darden School of Business at the University of Virginia has emerged as a beacon of success. Recent reports indicate that only 7% of Darden's 2024 MBA graduates were still seeking employment 3 months post-graduation, a striking contrast to the higher percentages seen at peer institutions like Harvard and MIT, where 23% of graduates were still job hunting. This impressive outcome has sparked interest and discussion within educational and economic circles, raising questions about the factors behind Darden's success and what it means for the future of its graduates. Jeff McNish, Senior Assistant Dean of Darden's Career Center, provided insight into the school's methodologies and achievements. While we are not immune to the fluctuations of the job market, we are proud of our numbers. Especially in a more challenging landscape this year, he stated. Darden's employment outcomes have consistently remained above 90% over the past decade, with McNish noting that even during turbulent times the school's graduates have found their footing in the job market. Darden's approach to career services is multifaceted, focusing on personalized support for students. The Career Center tailors its strategies to each individual's goals and backgrounds, ensuring they are well prepared to secure internships and full-time positions. Our mission is to help students identify their goals and values and align their skill sets with MBA-level roles, McNish explained. This commitment to individualized support has become increasingly critical as the job market evolves, shifting toward a more complex and competitive landscape. The current hiring cycle has presented unique challenges, particularly as companies adapt to economic uncertainties and adjust their recruiting strategies. We're seeing a trend where fewer dedicated MBA recruiting teams are involved in structured recruitment, McNish noted. Instead, firms are increasingly posting open roles throughout the year, which complicates the job search for students. Despite these challenges, Darden MBAs are receiving positive feedback from recruiters who commend their well-rounded skills and readiness to meet the demands of the workplace. As the Career Center continues to engage with the class of 2024, promising stories of alumni securing positions in various sectors are emerging. McNish highlighted the case of a recent graduate who landed a significant finance role with a global corporation just months after graduation. Such success stories underscore the importance of the school's lifelong career support system, which includes the Armstrong Center for Alumni Career Services, providing ongoing resources to graduates at any stage of their careers. Looking ahead, McNish offered advice to current students preparing to enter the workforce: run your own race. He emphasized the importance of confidence and self-awareness in navigating a competitive recruiting environment. Engaging deeply with the educational experience, leveraging faculty expertise, and connecting with the extensive network of over 19,000 Darden alumni are essential strategies for students aiming to distinguish themselves in the job market. As we observe the evolving dynamics of the business world, particularly in the context of a post-pandemic economy, Darden's exceptional career outcomes signal not only the resilience of its graduates but also the effectiveness of its holistic educational approach. With the demand for skilled professionals expected to grow, Darden's commitment to empowering its students will undoubtedly continue to shape the future of business leadership. As the school prepares its graduates for the challenges ahead, the outcomes of the class of 2024 serve as a promising indicator of what lies ahead for the next generation of business leaders. The recent commemoration of Maya Angelou's contributions to literature and activism has sparked renewed conversations about her multifaceted legacy, particularly in light of the cultural and political climate surrounding the 2025 presidential inauguration. The event, often marked by the recitation of poetry, felt starkly devoid of the gravitas and resonance that Angelou's work embodied, especially as it took place against the backdrop of a president facing serious allegations. Yet Angelou's influence continues to echo through the halls of social justice and literature, reminding us of the power of personal narrative and political activism. Maya Angelou, who passed away in 2014, is celebrated not only for her literary genius but also for her profound activism. The trajectory of her life, from a traumatic childhood marked by sexual abuse to her emergence as a voice for the voiceless, illustrates the depth of her commitment to civil rights and the empowerment of marginalized communities. In her autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, Angelou chronicles her experiences with painful honesty, transforming her personal trauma into a source of strength for countless others. You write so that perhaps people who hadn't raped anybody yet might be discouraged, people who might be informed, people who have not been raped might understand something, and people who have been raped might forgive themselves, she explained, distilling her motivations into a poignant message of resilience. Despite her acclaim, Angelou's extensive contributions to the anti-rape movement have often been overlooked. Her activism extended beyond the written word. She played an active role in the civil rights movement, working alongside leaders such as Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. Angelou's writings provided a crucial platform during the 1960s and 1970s, a time when women were beginning to vocalize their experiences of sexual violence through movements like consciousness raising and speakouts. These gatherings encouraged women to share their stories, creating a collective understanding that personal experiences of trauma were not isolated incidents but part of a larger societal issue. The publication of Caged Bird in 1970 marked a significant moment in literature and activism. While it was celebrated as a literary masterpiece, its role in the burgeoning anti-rape movement has often been marginalized. The memoir's candid exploration of sexual violence resonated with activists, establishing it as a foundational text in the struggle against gendered violence. To us and to other people who are committed to ending violence against women, you are much more, one organizer expressed to Angelou, highlighting the depth of her impact beyond her literary fame. Angelou's legacy as an anti-rape activist is increasingly recognized as vital in the ongoing fight against sexual violence. Her ability to articulate the experiences of survivors has empowered many to reclaim their narratives and challenge a culture that often silences them. This recognition is particularly poignant in today's climate, where discussions around consent and sexual violence continue to gain traction. As survivors and advocates work to dismantle the structures that enable such violence, Angelou's words remain a beacon of hope and strength. In reflecting on Maya Angelou's legacy, it becomes clear that her contributions extend far beyond her literary achievements. They encompass a commitment to justice and a determination to amplify the voices of those who have been silenced. As society grapples with the complexities of sexual violence and the ongoing struggle for equality, understanding the full scope of Angelou's activism is crucial. Her work not only inspires but also serves as a reminder of the power of storytelling in fostering change. Looking ahead, the continued exploration of her contributions may inform new generations of activists and writers, ensuring that her spirit and message endure in the fight for justice and equality. In the intricate tapestry of evolution, some animals have adapted in extraordinary ways, developing what scientists refer to as ultra-black coloration. This remarkable adaptation not only serves as a survival mechanism but also opens new avenues for technological innovation. A recent study highlights the velvet ant, a species known for its striking appearance and powerful sting, as a prime example of this fascinating phenomenon. Crawling through the underbrush of Brazil's tropical savannas, the velvet ant, or Tromatomutilla bifurca, showcases an inky black color that has intrigued researchers. According to a study published in the Beilstein Journal of Nanotechnology, the velvet ant reflects less than 1% of light due to its unique structural makeup. Rainer Guillermo Ferreira, an entomologist at the Federal University of Triangulo Mineiro and co-author of the study, explains that while traditional black surfaces reflect 5 to 10% of incoming light, the velvet ant's ultra-black cuticle and hair structure create an almost complete absorption of light. When you're measuring 99% of the animals, it's black, and then suddenly you find an ultra-black species, Guillermo Ferreira notes. The evolutionary advantages of ultra-black coloration are manifold. For the female velvet ant, which is a parasite of wasps and bees, this coloration may provide an effective means of camouflage as it scuttles across the forest floor in search of prey. Interestingly, the female velvet ant's distinct coloration is complemented by its warning signals, the striking black and white pattern serves as an aposematic warning to potential predators, indicating its potent sting. Guillermo Ferreira elaborates on this dual function. The contrast between ultra-black and white creates a puzzling visual effect, confusing the eyes of potential predators. Moreover, the ultra-black adaptation provides practical benefits under the sweltering Brazilian sun, aiding in temperature regulation. This multifaceted advantage underscores the significance of ultra-black not merely as a visual phenomenon but as a crucial component of survival strategies in various environments. Simultaneously, ultra-black coloration has also been observed in other species such as the Gaboon viper in Central Africa. This snake's ability to blend seamlessly with its surroundings is bolstered by the unique microstructure of its scales, which trap light rather than reflect it. Stanislav Gorba, zoologist at Kiel University, explains that this self-cleaning mechanism enhances the viper's camouflage, allowing it to maintain its stealth in a habitat where debris could compromise its coloration. In contrast to the velvet ant and Gaboon viper, some animals utilize ultra-black coloration to attract attention. For example, in species like the birds of paradise, ultra-black feathers serve to enhance the brilliance of adjacent colors during courtship displays. The interplay of colors highlights the incredible adaptability of ultra-black, proving its utility in both evasion and attraction. Research into ultra-black animals not only sheds light on evolutionary biology but also presents potential applications in technology. The principles governing ultra-black coloration could inspire advancements in solar energy efficiency and imaging technology. Gorb suggests that understanding this phenomenon across various species could lead to innovative designs in biomimetics, offering solutions that harness the unique properties of ultra-black surfaces. As scientists continue to uncover and study these remarkable adaptations, the potential for future discoveries remains vast. The exploration of ultra-black in the animal kingdom not only enriches our understanding of evolutionary processes but also propels us toward new technological frontiers. With so many species yet to be explored, the journey into the world of ultra-black is just beginning. Promising exciting developments in both science and technology. In a compelling exploration of personal history and professional evolution, Bill Gates is set to release his memoir, Source Code: My Beginnings, on February 4, 2025. The book marks the first installment in a planned trilogy that will chronicle his life starting from his early years and the formation of Microsoft through the late 1970s. Gates candidly reflects on the formative experiences that shaped his career, revealing the serendipitous timing of his entry into the tech industry and the unique traits that have defined him as a leader. In a recent interview with the Times of London, Gates described his childhood as marked by a mix of privilege and peculiarities. He reminisced about his teenage expeditions in the mountains surrounding Seattle and his early obsession with coding on a PDP-8 machine borrowed by his high school. "I was lucky to be born at the right time and under the right circumstances to succeed," he noted, emphasizing the fortuitous alignment of his interests and opportunities. Gates also opened up about his neurodivergent traits, suggesting that had he grown up in today's environment, he might have been diagnosed as being on the autism spectrum. He recalled instances from his school years when he faced scrutiny over his learning pace, with whispers of being retarded and threats of being held back. Yet, he credits his neurodiversity as essential to his ability to innovate and write the software that would eventually lead to the founding of Microsoft. "I needed my neurodiversity," he asserted, framing it as a crucial component of his creative process. The memoir not only highlights Gates' professional milestones but also delves into his personal life, including his relationships and family influences. He speaks fondly of strong female role models like his mother and grandmother, attributing his competitive drive to their nurturing. The loss of his childhood friend and first business partner, Ken Evans, at the age of 17 is marked as a significant emotional turning point, which Gates describes as the only negative thing that happened to me. As he promotes Source Code, Gates has also addressed contemporary issues, including comparisons to Elon Musk. He expressed discomfort with these comparisons, criticizing Musk's controversial political engagements and calling his behavior populist stirring. Gates commented on Musk's significant influence in U.S. politics, particularly after Musk's involvement in the 2024 election cycle, where he became the largest donor to Donald Trump. It's difficult to understand why someone with such business interests would immerse himself in divisive political narratives, Gates remarked. Looking ahead, Gates indicated that the next 2 volumes of his memoir will cover his later years at Microsoft and his philanthropic endeavors, though release dates for these installments have yet to be announced. He aims to provide a nuanced view of his life, encapsulating both triumphs and challenges. In the book I share some of the tougher parts of my early life, Gates stated, adding, but throughout it you'll also find the stories of the many people who believed in me, pushed me to grow, and helped me turn my quirks into strengths. As Gates prepares to share his journey with the world, readers can anticipate a rich narrative that not only chronicles the rise of one of the tech industry's most influential figures but also offers insights into the personal values and experiences that shaped his enduring legacy. Source code: My Beginnings promises to be a reflective and inspiring read, shedding light on the complexities of success and the importance of resilience and support in overcoming life's obstacles. As the cannabis conversation evolves, new research is shedding light on its potential impacts, particularly for young adults. A groundbreaking study from the University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus, touted as the largest of its kind, reveals a concerning correlation between heavy cannabis use and impaired working memory in individuals aged 22 to 36. This research challenges the long-held perception that cannabis, being a natural substance, is inherently harmless. Published on January 28, 2025 in JAMA Network Open, the study analyzed brain function among over 1,000 participants using functional magnetic resonance imaging (fMRI). Researchers divided the participants into categories based on their cannabis use. Heavy users 1,000 or more times are diagnosed with cannabis dependence, moderate users 10 to 999 times, and non-users fewer than 10 times. The results were striking. 68% of recent cannabis users and 63% of those with a history of heavy use exhibited reduced brain activity during tasks designed to assess working memory, a critical component of cognitive functioning that supports reasoning and problem solving. Dr. Joshua Gowan, a co-author of the study and assistant professor of radiology at the University of Colorado School of Medicine, emphasized the importance of understanding both the benefits and risks associated with cannabis use as its global prevalence continues to rise. By doing so, we can provide a well-rounded understanding of both the benefits and risks of cannabis use, empowering people to make informed decisions and fully comprehend the potential consequences, he remarked. The research methodology was rigorous, utilizing a battery of 7 cognitive tasks to evaluate different aspects of brain function, including language and decision-making. The study found that heavy cannabis users showed diminished activation in key areas of the brain, such as the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which is pivotal for attention and memory. These impairments persisted even when accounting for other variables like alcohol and nicotine use, and despite some other tasks suggesting potential cognitive issues. Only the working memory task demonstrated statistically significant impairment. Gowan noted the implications of these findings. People need to be aware of their relationship with cannabis, since abstaining cold turkey could disrupt their cognition as well. For example, heavy users may need to be more cautious. The study also hinted at the possibility that abstaining from cannabis prior to cognitively demanding situations could enhance performance, highlighting a nuanced approach to cannabis consumption. However, the research is not without its limitations. The timing and amount of recent cannabis use were challenging to quantify, and the sample size did not fully represent all demographics. As Gowan pointed out, extensive long-term studies are needed to further explore how cannabis affects brain function across different age groups and to understand the duration of any cognitive impairments. As the dialogue surrounding cannabis continues to develop, this study serves as a crucial reminder of the substance's potential risks, especially for young adults who are increasingly integrating cannabis into their lifestyles. With ongoing debates about legalization and its implications for public health, the findings underscore the necessity for informed discussions about cannabis use, particularly in educational and health contexts. Future research will be pivotal in clarifying these connections, potentially influencing both policy decisions and public perception regarding cannabis consumption. In a move set to reshape the indoor soccer landscape, the Baller League has garnered significant backing from high-profile investors, including a venture capital firm and several Premier League stars. The league, which aims to bring a fast-paced, entertainment-driven version of soccer to audiences, is set to launch in the UK and the US this year following its successful two-season run in Germany. The Baller League, which features a six-a-side format, has attracted attention for its innovative approach to the game. Influencers and former professional soccer players such as Liverpool's Diogo Jota and Manchester United's Mason Mount have joined forces to invest in the league, which recently secured $25 million in series of funding led by EQT Ventures. This infusion of capital signifies a growing interest in alternative sports formats that prioritize entertainment and accessibility, a strategy that has proven successful in other regions. Louise Moon from Bloomberg News reports that the Baller League will be streamed on popular platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch, highlighting its commitment to engaging younger audiences. The goal is to create a league that resonates not just with traditional soccer fans but also with a new generation of spectators, said KSI, the British influencer who will serve as president of the UK version. Meanwhile, American streamer iShowSpeed is set to lead the U.S. initiative emphasizing the league's cross-continental aspirations. The rise of the Baller League is indicative of a broader trend in sports where traditional formats are evolving to meet the changing preferences of fans. The league's unique blend of celebrity involvement and digital engagement positions it as a front-runner in the indoor soccer genre, potentially attracting a diverse audience base. Former soccer legends such as Gary Lineker, John Terry, and Alan Shearer will take on managerial roles, further elevating the league's profile. As the Baller League prepares for its inaugural matches, the implications for the soccer landscape are substantial. It not only presents an alternative for fans seeking a more engaging and faster-paced version of the sport, but also showcases the growing intersection of entertainment and athletics. With the backing of prominent figures in the soccer community and a robust funding strategy, the league is poised to make a significant impact. Looking ahead, the success of the Baller League could inspire similar initiatives across other sports, encouraging a shift towards formats that prioritize entertainment value and viewer engagement. As the league launches in new markets, its ability to attract and retain an audience will be crucial in determining its long-term viability and influence in the world of sports. In the realm of neuroscience, a significant breakthrough has emerged from the University of Dundee that sheds light on the mechanisms underlying Parkinson's disease, a neurodegenerative disorder characterized by the gradual death of dopamine-producing neurons. This research, led by neurologist Miratul Mukit, focuses on the role of PTN-induced kinase 1 PINK1, an enzyme crucial for mitochondrial health and a significant player in the pathology of Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease affects millions worldwide and is primarily linked to the dysfunction and death of neurons due to the accumulation of damaged mitochondria within these cells. PINK1 is activated in response to mitochondrial stress, and mutations in its gene are associated with early onset forms of the disease. However, the precise mechanisms by which damaged mitochondria activate PINK1 remained poorly understood until Mukit and his team published their findings in Science Advances. The research reveals that PINK1's activation is triggered by its stabilization at the outer mitochondrial membrane, where it interacts with a protein complex known as the translocase of the outer membrane TOM. To investigate this interaction, Mukit and his colleagues initially attempted to study it in mammalian and insect cells but encountered obstacles due to factors inhibiting the PINK1 TOM complex formation. In a serendipitous conversation with a colleague, they decided to explore the interaction using yeast as a model organism, which offered a more conducive environment for their experiments. Their innovative approach involved engineering yeast strains to express human PINK1 and the various subunits of the TOM complex. The results were striking. Simply expressing PINK1 and the TOM subunits in unstressed yeast was sufficient to stabilize PINK1, enabling its activation. This finding contrasts with previous assumptions that mitochondrial stress was necessary for PINK1 activation, suggesting a more nuanced understanding of its role in mitochondrial quality control. Furthermore, the team identified specific TOM subunits, particularly TOM20 and TOM70, that are essential not only for importing PINK1 into healthy mitochondria but also for its activation in response to mitochondrial damage. Richard Yull, a prominent neurobiologist at the National Institutes of Health, commended the research, noting its potential to open new avenues for understanding mitochondrial dynamics and developing therapeutic interventions for Parkinson's disease. Buoyed by these findings, McNish's team plans to delve deeper into the physiological relevance of their discoveries. Future studies will involve using mutated forms of PINK1 in mice to assess how disruptions in the PINK1-TOM interaction affect neuronal health and function. The implications of this research extend beyond Parkinson's disease, as understanding the mechanisms of mitochondrial quality control could provide insights into a variety of neurodegenerative disorders where mitochondrial dysfunction plays a critical role. As the scientific community continues to unravel the complexities of mitochondrial biology and its implications for neurodegenerative diseases, this line of inquiry holds promise for future therapeutic strategies aimed at mitigating the impact of Parkinson's disease and improving the quality of life for those affected. The road ahead is filled with potential as researchers like McNish lead the charge in bridging basic science with clinical applications, ultimately striving to enhance our understanding of the brain and its vulnerabilities. In a significant development in nutritional science, a systematic review and meta-analysis published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shed light on the potential of beta-glucans to combat fatigue. Conducted by researchers Masahiro Muraya, Kumiko Nakata, Kazushi Maruwa, and Koichi Hashimoto. The study synthesized data from 16 randomized controlled trials involving a total of 1449 participants to investigate the effects of beta-glucans on healthy individuals' fatigue levels, vigor, and mood state. Fatigue, a prevalent issue in modern society, encompasses both physical and mental aspects, manifesting as tiredness, weakness, and a lack of energy. The study points out that lifestyle, occupation, and social factors contribute significantly to fatigue, which poses economic challenges across various sectors. This growing concern has prompted researchers to explore dietary solutions that may alleviate fatigue symptoms, particularly through the use of beta-glucans, a type of soluble dietary fiber found in sources such as mushrooms, barley, and yeast. The systematic review is notable for addressing a gap in existing literature. While numerous studies have examined the health benefits of beta-glucans, none have specifically focused on their impact on fatigue. The researchers employed comprehensive search strategies across multiple databases, including PubMed and the Cochrane Central Register of Controlled Trials, to identify relevant randomized controlled trials. The findings from the included studies indicated that beta-glucans significantly reduced feelings of fatigue, standardized mean difference of -0.32, increased vigor 0.46, and improved mood state 0.32 when compared to placebo groups. One of the key studies cited involved marathon runners who experienced notable reductions in fatigue after consuming yeast-derived beta-glucan daily for 4 weeks. This aligns with other trials that reported similar benefits, particularly in populations experiencing physical or psychological stress. However, the analysis also highlighted inconsistencies across various studies, with some trials showing minimal or no significant effects of beta-glucans on fatigue. Despite the positive outcomes reported, the authors caution that the number of studies included in the analysis was limited, suggesting the need for further clinical trials to validate these findings. The review's authors emphasize the potential for beta-glucans to be used as a dietary intervention for individuals experiencing fatigue, particularly those subjected to physical exertion or psychological stress, as these individuals may benefit more from the immune-modulating effects of beta-glucans. The study's implications extend beyond fatigue management. It opens avenues for developing functional foods that incorporate beta-glucans, possibly offering a natural remedy for enhancing overall well-being. As the research landscape evolves, the authors call for larger-scale studies that can provide more robust evidence regarding the efficacy of beta-glucans in fatigue management, considering the varying sources and types of beta-glucans as well as their effects on different populations. In conclusion, while the findings present a promising outlook on the use of beta-glucans as an effective means to reduce fatigue, much remains to be explored. Future research is essential to clarify the mechanisms through which beta-glucans exert their effects and to establish standardized guidelines for their use in dietary interventions. As the dialogue surrounding nutrition and health continues to grow, beta-glucans may well emerge as a valuable ally in the quest for enhanced vitality and reduced fatigue in daily life. In an increasingly globalized business landscape, the success of multinational enterprises (MNEs) often hinges on the effectiveness of their expatriate managers, employees dispatched to foreign markets to ensure that corporate strategies align with local needs. While traditional wisdom emphasizes selecting individuals with high cultural intelligence and adaptability, recent research highlights a more critical aspect: the structural support provided by the organization. This insight, derived from a study involving 192 expatriate general managers within 9 global hotel chains, underscores the significance of organizational frameworks in determining expatriate success. The research, conducted by Riki Takeuchi, Jeffrey P. Shea, and Wayung Kim, reveals that the effectiveness of expatriate assignments is not solely dependent on the individual's capabilities but rather on how well the organization structures the expatriate's role. The study identifies 3 pivotal elements that contribute to expatriate success: decentralization, formalization, and global knowledge integration. Each of these components plays a crucial role in empowering expatriates to navigate the complexities of their new environments. Decentralization allows local managers to make decisions that cater to the specific needs of their regional markets. This flexibility is essential in dynamic and culturally diverse settings where a one-size-fits-all approach may falter. For instance, IKEA exemplifies effective decentralization by permitting local store managers to adapt product displays to regional preferences, thereby ensuring a relevant shopping experience. Similarly, Marriott International empowers its expatriates to tailor guest experiences, enhancing both expatriate engagement and customer satisfaction. While decentralization fosters local responsiveness, it must be balanced with formalization, which provides clear guidelines and expectations. This dual approach ensures that while local managers can adapt to their markets, they still operate within the overarching corporate strategy. Pfizer serves as a prime example, leveraging formalized protocols to ensure product quality across its global operations while allowing regional teams to navigate local regulatory challenges effectively. Global knowledge integration completes the triad, facilitating collaboration across borders. This integration ensures that expatriates can leverage the collective expertise of their organizations, benefiting from shared insights and best practices. Companies like McKinsey & Company and Unilever demonstrate the power of global knowledge sharing, enabling expatriates to apply proven strategies tailored to local contexts while maintaining alignment with corporate objectives. The findings of this research challenge the notion that individual attributes are the primary determinants of expatriate success. Instead, they emphasize the importance of structural alignment within organizations. Expatriates are more likely to thrive in environments where decentralization, formalization, and global knowledge integration are not only present but also harmonized. Misalignments in these areas can lead to frustration and disengagement regardless of an expatriate's talent or experience. As leaders contemplate the implications of this research, several actionable steps emerge. First, organizations should assess their current structural frameworks to identify misalignments that may hinder expatriate effectiveness. Gathering feedback from current and former expatriates can provide valuable insights into the decision-making autonomy they require and the formal structures that would support their roles. Second, optimizing decentralization by delegating authority to local managers can enhance responsiveness while establishing clear boundaries to maintain brand consistency. Third, refining formalization to develop adaptable feedback-driven policies can help organizations navigate the challenges of global operations without stifling innovation. Finally, investing in platforms that facilitate global knowledge sharing can ensure that lessons learned in one market can be applied effectively in others, promoting a culture of continuous improvement. In conclusion, the success of expatriate managers is increasingly seen as a function of organizational structure rather than individual prowess. By focusing on the alignment of decentralization, formalization, and global knowledge integration, MNEs can create an environment that not only reduces turnover but also drives superior performance in their global operations. As the landscape of international business evolves, organizations that prioritize structural support for their expatriates will likely emerge as leaders in their industries, unlocking the full potential of their global talent. The call to action for business leaders is clear: shift the focus from individual selection to structural alignment, paving the way for a more effective global workforce. In a bold move to redefine the digital book landscape, Bookshop.org is set to launch an ebook store that aims to challenge Amazon's dominance in the market. Founded in 2020 as a lifeline for local bookstores, Bookshop.org has already carved a niche by allowing customers to support independent retailers through online purchases. Now it is expanding its offerings with an ebook reader app available on Android, iOS, and the web, designed to give local bookstores a competitive edge in the digital realm. Part of surviving the digital age is selling digital products, states Andy Hunter, founder and CEO of Bookshop.org. His sentiment encapsulates the urgency of the initiative, which seeks to empower local bookstores that have been overshadowed by the online behemoth Amazon, which currently controls approximately 75% of the ebook market. The app will allow users to choose a bookstore to support share recommendations and ensure that local shops receive profits from ebook sales, mirroring the successful model established for physical books. Hunter is particularly enthusiastic about a unique social feature integrated into the app, which allows users to share quotes from ebooks on social media. This functionality not only promotes user engagement but also has the potential to create viral moments for books, an avenue he feels has yet to be fully explored in the ebook space. We'll allow anybody to share any quote from any ebook to social media, and then people who are on social can click through by the ebook and start reading it on their phone immediately, he explains. The launch follows years of stagnation in the ebook segment, a trend Hunter attributes to Amazon's stronghold and its past agreements with publishers, which often limited innovation. By signing deals with major publishers and indie houses alike, Bookshop.org's app will debut with about 1 million titles, with plans to support self-published authors in the near future. This extensive library positions Bookshop.org as a serious contender against Amazon, particularly as ebooks do not carry the same shipping and logistics hurdles as physical books. However, the path to competing with Amazon is fraught with challenges. While the ebook market presents a more equitable landscape due to pricing consistency mandated by publishers, Amazon's historical tactics of undercutting competitors with unsustainable pricing remain a concern. Why would you give your money to a billionaire who is trying to be in a space race with Elon Musk? Hunter argues, emphasizing the importance of local commerce over corporate monopolies. Hunter's ambitions extend beyond just ebooks. He envisions a future where Bookshop.org can challenge the existing paradigms of digital book ownership and distribution. He is already contemplating the development of proprietary reading hardware. Although he acknowledges that such innovations will come after establishing a robust community of readers and writers on the platform. As the company moves forward, it aims to advocate for a more open ebook ecosystem where consumers are not restricted to purchasing ebooks solely from Amazon. Hunter is keenly aware of the potential for legal battles, indicating that a push for antitrust action may be necessary to ensure a fair marketplace for ebooks. Because you own the hardware, you shouldn't be forcing everyone to buy everything for that hardware from you, he argues, drawing a parallel to the music industry and its evolution. In a parallel development, the tech world is buzzing with the news that the Pebble smartwatch, once a pioneer in the wearables market, is staging a comeback. Eric Mijakovsky, the original founder of Pebble, has garnered Google's support to open-source the Pebble operating system. This unexpected collaboration could allow a new generation of devices to leverage the beloved Pebble software, which has long been dormant since its acquisition by Fitbit and subsequent acquisition by Google. With these developments, both Bookshop.org and the revitalization of Pebble illustrate a growing trend in the tech industry, a push towards community-driven and locally supported business models that prioritize user experience and accessibility over corporate profits. As both initiatives unfold, they promise to reshape their respective markets, promoting a more sustainable and inclusive approach to technology and commerce. The coming months will be pivotal as both companies challenge established giants in their fields, and observers will be keenly watching how these efforts evolve in the face of entrenched competition. As international relations continue to evolve with shifting alliances and geopolitical tensions, the burgeoning partnership between Iran and Russia is raising eyebrows and fueling speculation about the future of nuclear proliferation in the region. In a recent piece published by foreign affairs analysts Nicole Grodzisky and Rabinowitz delve into the implications of this collaboration, particularly in light of the United States adopting a maximum pressure approach toward Iran. The strategic partnership agreement signed by Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian and Russian President Vladimir Putin in January 2025 marks a significant turning point in their relationship, which has transformed from tactical cooperation during the Syrian civil war into a robust alliance that could have dire consequences for global security. The trajectory of Iranian-Russian relations can be traced back to pivotal moments, such as General Qasem Soleimani's clandestine visit to Moscow in 2015. This meeting aimed to devise strategies to rescue Syria's embattled Assad regime amid a devastating civil war. The subsequent Russian intervention in Syria, while initially positioning Moscow as a counterbalance to Iranian influence, has evolved into a scenario where both nations find themselves increasingly reliant on one another. The dynamics shifted dramatically following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, which intensified its need for Iranian military technology and assistance. Central to the analysis is the observation that Iran, facing a weakened axis of resistance following Israel's counteroffensive after the October 7, 2023 Hamas attacks, has grown closer to Moscow. The partnership has yielded significant military cooperation, with Iranian support becoming critical for Russia's military operations in Ukraine. For Iran, the stakes are equally high, as Russian assistance could enhance its nuclear ambitions, turning Moscow, once a signatory of the Iran nuclear deal, into a potential backer of a nuclear-capable Iran. The authors highlight the precarious balancing act that Russia previously performed between Iran and Israel, which began to unravel after the Ukraine invasion. Moscow's deepening ties with Tehran have led to a marked shift in its military and diplomatic strategies, including providing satellite data to Iranian-backed forces and facilitating the transfer of advanced weaponry to groups like Hezbollah. As this partnership solidifies, it poses a daunting challenge for both Israel and the United States, who now find themselves navigating a landscape fraught with the potential for an anti-Western coalition. Iran's evolving nuclear posture is particularly concerning. While it has historically refrained from outright weaponization, recent statements from Iranian officials suggest a willingness to reconsider this stance in light of perceived threats to its existence. The potential for Russia to assist Iran in advancing its nuclear capabilities, transforming a threshold nuclear state into an overt one, could have seismic implications for regional stability and global security. CIA Director William Burns has noted Russian involvement in Iran's missile programs, raising alarms about the possible transfer of critical technologies. As the United States contemplates its next steps, it faces a complex dilemma. A renewed maximum pressure campaign could inadvertently strengthen Tehran's resolve and further entrench its partnership with Moscow. Conversely, a diplomatic approach that combines pressure with engagement may offer a more viable path to mitigate the risks posed by a nuclear Iran while navigating the intricacies of US-Russia relations. The timing of these developments is critical, With the expiration of certain provisions of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action (JCPOA) looming, U.S. policymakers have a narrow window to recalibrate their strategy. The potential consequences of a nuclear Iran, particularly one buoyed by Russian support, extend far beyond the Middle East. Such a scenario risks igniting a regional arms race, destabilizing moderate Sunni regimes, and catalyzing a broader shift in global alliances. The alignment of Putin's Russia with Iran's Islamist regime presents a formidable challenge to U.S. interests and its allies, hinting at a future where the international order is profoundly reshaped by the aspirations of these two nations. As the geopolitical landscape continues to shift, the world watches closely. The Iranian-Russian partnership, once seen as a tactical necessity, is now poised to redefine the security architecture of a region already rife with conflict. The need for a nuanced and strategic response to this evolving alliance has never been more pressing, as both nations may find themselves emboldened in their ambitions in the coming years. In a groundbreaking scientific achievement, researchers have successfully created mice with two fathers, marking a significant milestone in reproductive biology. This remarkable feat, however, comes with caveats that highlight the complexities of genetic manipulation in mammals. The implications of this research extend beyond the laboratory, sparking discussions about the future of genetic engineering and the ethical considerations surrounding its application in humans. The pioneering work was conducted by a team led by Wei Li at the Chinese Academy of Sciences, who have been refining their methods for nearly 6 years. While mice with two mothers were first produced in 2000, for the journey to create viable offspring from two male parents has proven to be a daunting challenge. Previous attempts resulted in the pups dying shortly after birth, leaving researchers to grapple with the underlying biological mechanisms at play. Published in the journal Cell Stem Cell, the study details how the team overcame the significant hurdles posed by genomic imprinting, an essential biological process that restricts the expression of certain genes based on their parental origin. The researchers employed advanced techniques including CRISPR/Cas9 gene editing to manipulate up to 20 imprinted regions in embryonic stem cells derived from male mice. This meticulous approach enabled the creation of embryos that not only survived to term but also displayed improved developmental outcomes, including the formation of a functional placenta. Remarkably, around 12% of these embryos reached birth, compared to just 1.2% in prior efforts. This work will help to address a number of limitations in stem cell and regenerative medicine research, said Li in a press release. The surviving bipaternal mice, however, faced their own challenges. Although they developed normal sexual characteristics, these mice were found to be sterile and exhibited overgrowth issues, which resulted in reduced lifespans. Guanzhong Luo, a co-author of the study, emphasized that these findings shed light on the barriers to unisexual reproduction in mammals and could pave the way for future advancements in treating imprinting-related diseases. As researchers celebrate this significant breakthrough, they simultaneously acknowledge the ethical and practical limitations of applying such techniques to humans. Genetic modifications of this nature raise profound questions about the boundaries of scientific intervention in natural processes. While the implications for understanding congenital diseases and advancing regenerative medicine are considerable, the prospect of creating humans with altered genetic lineages remains a topic steeped in controversy. In another realm of scientific inquiry, advancements in artificial intelligence have led to the creation of a new glowing protein dubbed ESMGFP, which researchers claim could have taken nature 500 million years to evolve. Developed by the AI model ESM3, this synthetic protein mimics the fluorescent properties found in jellyfish and corals, but with a unique molecular structure that sets it apart from naturally occurring proteins. The work published in Science demonstrates how AI can accelerate the design of proteins for various applications, including drug development. Alex Rives, co-founder of Evolutionary Scale and a leading figure in the research, explained that ESM3 operates differently from traditional evolutionary processes. We've found that ESM3 learns fundamental biology and can generate functional proteins outside the space explored by evolution, Rives noted. This approach not only offers a new avenue for protein engineering but also challenges our understanding of the evolutionary constraints that have shaped life on Earth. While the creation of the bipaternal mice and the AI-generated protein represent significant strides in their respective fields, both developments highlight the intricate interplay between science and ethics. As researchers push the boundaries of what is possible, the conversations about the implications of these advancements will likely intensify. As we look to the future, the quest for understanding and harnessing genetic and molecular engineering will undoubtedly continue, promising both exciting innovations and complex ethical dilemmas.